Okay, you've mentioned Town and Country Florist, and were you still living on the East 3rd Street?
No, we moved from there to a street called Gay Drive. And Gay then meant, happy, good place to be. Now it's not so good. A very similar house to what we had. And then Chris was born there. And Jane helped me a lot at the store because I needed help. We were very busy. And thank God for Sue. She took care of the little kids, including you. And of course, Christy. And I think Sue learned a lot by taking care of our 2 little kids because she had a lot of responsibility for a while.
Now you say your wife was helping at the flower shop. Was she also still involved in medicine at this time?
She worked for a Dr. Lingo for a while, and I don't remember exact dates, but eventually she had to quit there because between the kids and my needing at the store, she got involved in the flower business.
Okay. And then you spent many years at Town and Country Florist. And was there another move, family move that took place?
During the time at Town and Country Florist, I apparently had a lot of ambition, and I tried to develop things, and be creative, and I had a number of products that I either invented or created. And we even made some of those in the house we live in now. And even the kids helped me some down in the basement. We were putting stuff together. And one of the things I had was called an anchor guard. It was a way to hold a flower arrangement in a vase with very little water, and it wouldn't upset or it wouldn't fall out. So I took that to a guy that I have met, Oasis. Oasis was a product. It was a medium to put flowers in there in Kent, Ohio. And when I went to shake hands with him, I took the other hand. I had a flower arrangement and turned it upside down. And he was awed at that. He said, "How'd you do that?" So I showed him what I had, and he was interested in all my products. And to make a long story short, they decided that they would like to buy my little company called Daco Products, DACO. And I was a little reluctant to do that because I felt I worked better alone. But the offer was so attractive, I decided I had to do it. So I left the Town and Country Florist, and I went with them, and I was to be the general manager of that company, and also I was to travel and show people how to make arrangements and new products. And to do that, they had a big party in Akron, and they brought in 45 or 48 of the who's who in the floral business at their expense to introduce me to the trade. And that gave me a good start because all those people talked to other people. Then they started sending me to every city in the United States and most of the major cities in Canada, designing and showing people new ideas and how you could do flower arrangements. I had a good income, a good expense account. I had the freedom to either fly or drive my car. And many times I took Jane with me. She was a really good assistant. She knew exactly what I wanted. She'd have all the materials right there for me. I did that for 2 years, and it was a good experience, but to travel that much and eat out and be away from the family, I thought, I don't think I want to do this the rest of my life. I think I started dreaming about building an A-frame and flower shop. So I talked to my boss about it, and he understood, and I finished another year of commitments that I had to do. They'd already engaged for me. And I started to build this A-frame flower shop. And I designed it from bottom to top, and I finally had an architect put it together so I'd have the right proportions and everything. But that was our next move, and we spent 35 years there, I think, something like that, up until 1995.
Okay, and then you eventually left the flower business. Did you have any other ventures going on?
Well, the next adventure was called Everyday Flowers. Being in business, the flower business, delivery is pretty much the backbone of the business. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't be there. And I looked at this, and every florist has gone probably the same place, the same funeral home, the same hospitals, and the same residential locations pretty much, and I had a map that I drew imaginary shops and where they were going to go. And when I got done, it looked like a chicken had walked there with ink on its feet. You couldn't make heads or tail of it because there was so much duplication. So I set up this idea of having a terminal, and the members would meet there, bring their deliveries into this terminal, and they exchange deliveries. In other words, like, you know, you might be on that side of town, and you bring your stuff, it goes on the other side of town to the terminal, and I bring my stuff in, it goes on your side of the town. We exchange deliveries, and we have a means of compensating each other for what they do, plus a little house fund to run the operation. And by doing that, we probably reduced the delivery costs by less than 50%, even more. It varies depending on the shop and their volume. But that was 23 years ago, and we're still in operation. And then we started selling products from our terminal to members, and it's been a pretty good thing. I'm still involved there. I don't do much work now. I'm 82 years old, but it's still gone pretty good. I have a good manager. And then I did sell the retail shop in '95, I believe. And Jane and I have been pretty much retired since then.